guys, BBI here. I want to stop and say thanks for tuning in and checking out whatever the video is about that's about ready to come up next. If you could take a minute and hit subscribe, I'd greatly appreciate it. And if you enjoy what you've seen here, make sure to hit the like button. We'd greatly appreciate your support. Anyhow, guys, all that aside, let's get on with the show. Okay, Mr. Charlie. Let's see if we can turn this into a couple 100-watt hero for you. This is a Maco 75, which it was actually made by Pride way back when. And it's got very rare transistors in it, the MRF 453s. Not 454s, MRF 453. Okay. This transistor here is blown. Wide open. Doesn't do anything. So what do we got on the output here? We got a 1000 puffer on the output. Look, it's got the right number of turns on it and everything. Teeny tiny transformer. So these transistors are like impossible to find. So I told my good friend Charlie, Crazy Charlie, that what I'm going to do is I'm going to give him a little power wire upgrade. We're going to modify a couple little things in here, and we're going to see if we can get this to step up a little bit. Now, once again, I got to point this out. It does have a sideband delay switch on the front, Charlie, but that does not mean it's sideband capable. There is no bias on the input of this particular amp. None. So that means it is AM only. Okay. So first we're going to fix these transistors. We're going to pull these out. We're going to put HGs in their place. And power wires and test it. So let's get on with that. Shit, I just shot a whole segment and I was never even talking to anybody. I didn't have the mic on. I'm starting to lose it. All right, so on the right there's a 1000 watt silicon peak. On the left there's 1000 watt silicon average. So we slapped two transistors in this thing and we didn't change anything else. We just put the transistors in it, added a 330 puff capacitor on the input and two 120s to match up with the part. Hello, audio. So we're putting about 10 watts of drive in it. I got the voltage way down because we're just test driving it. I want you to see something here. Now this is a Maco 75. That means with about 15 or a 20 watt radio, you're only going to get about 75 watts out of it. Hello, audio. So we're getting about 100 peak watts. Let's go ahead and pull our 1000 out of the hole. Let's go get a little bit more accurate means of measure. We all know that the bird meter doesn't start to read accurate until we're in this upper end of the scale for the most part. Hello, audio. Hello, audio. 1 2 1 2. Hello. Okay, so now we're getting our 75 80 watts, and that's all we did was change the transistors. Here's what it looks like on the spectrum. Hello, 1 2 1 2. But here's what upsets me the most, right here. Hello, audio. If I let this amplifier go out of here setting in like this, I am dooming some radio to death. The finals in the radio are going to go poof. Bob's your uncle. So now what I did is I turned the voltage up. Now we're at 14 volts. I should pick this up just a little bit more. Let's watch what happens. Hello. All right. So we're going to go to 2x. Now we're in a 200 watt scale. Hello. Hello. It's about 180 watts. Spectrum. Hello, audio. Input reflag. Hello, audio. Like I said, dooming some finals and some radios someplace to death. So, with 5 watts worth of reflect, okay, on the input side, we're going to have problems. So, let's go turn this box up a little bit. Let's take some of the built-in inherencies in the amplifier out, and let's kind of streamline this, and I bet you we'll see our output power go up just a little. Okay, so we had to lay the groundwork for this to take place. First thing we did, obviously, is we upgraded the power wire. The next thing we did is we utilized both sides of the switch. The way this amplifier works, contrary to most other amplifiers, is all other amplifiers, the positive is hot, and the only thing you use the switch for is to turn the relay on and off. So what we did is we linked the switch together. I love that full current cutoff, even though it's not really the best way to do things. It would be nice to be able to shut all the sections off and isolate everything if you were having a problem in a bigger box, but it's just not really feasible. I mean, it's a lot more current moving back and forth, but this is a 15 amp per side relay. The transistors that were in here were only like 40 or 50 watts a piece. We replaced those with 120 watt on average transistors, so about 240 watts a piece devices. So that means we're going to have to upgrade some things. So we linked the positive and the negative switch together on both sides, or just the positive, pardon me, I said positive and negative. Linked the positive switch together, the on-off switch, to carry a little bit more current, and we were using both sides. We went ahead and we went in here and we modified, we changed our input capacitor, which is here. We modified and changed out, there was 270 puff. I didn't even know there was such a value, but cool. There's two 270 puff capacitors here. We added flybacks. We left the 1000 puff in play. We added a 330 puff capacitor here. And then on the output side, we had to add a 50 and a 20 puff capacitor. Then we had to replace this capacitor here, which drives the indicator light on the face of the amplifier. We had to bring that up to 10 because it was now making the LED on the front of the amplifier going zzz. it's huge. And then the other thing is we took this little baby Jesus pubic hair wire that was in this thing, in the output transformer, and way long, way too long. We went ahead and we took that down to a 1.5 turns on the output, and then we went up in gauge. And we have to do that to make it so that the transistors are happy to the circuit that is surrounding it. Now, by doing this and upgrading our transistors, we reach this thing called saturation. Okay. And what I mean by saturation is this transformer can only field flux and conduct so much RF without it becoming hot. And once you start reaching your saturation point on your transformer, you start losing the ability to, one, put RF in and get RF out. Okay, and what I mean by RF in is RF coming out of the transistors and then out is inducing that under the wire. It starts to show up as a whole bunch of weird side effects, okay? One, the primary thing that everybody actually can physically feel without having any equipment to observe it with, the effects, is the transformer starts to heat, okay? The other thing that we start to see is this capacitor, which all it really does, in very lame terms, I'm sure somebody's gonna try and drag me up on Jesus's cross for this, is make the transformer think that it's longer. But it starts to present itself here after you start hitting a saturation point, and that capacitor starts to heat, okay? So we changed our turns ratio to get that correct to the transistor, but we can only take this so far, okay? Otherwise, if we try to make this transformer produce 500 watts, it will do it. But the transformer is going to get hot as frig. This capacitor is going to get hot and break down. The heat, the oversaturation is going to manifest itself over here in the spectrum analyzer as all kinds of erroneous spikes, because now the power is just trying to get out of the damn thing. So we left her as her sits. My friend Charlie, who's fixing this thing, he really was only kind of interested in putting enough money in it to get it running again. So it's not like I'm going to go in here and I'm going to, you know, start adding a whole bunch of other parts, like adding a little bit bigger transformer, hence the reason we use them. Let's put this in perspective. Okay. All the way around, I'm not going to go in here and start adding mad smack parts to this thing for this little tiny heatsink. It's never going to get appreciated, nor am I going to be able to bill it on to my friend Charlie. He doesn't care anything about that. He just wants it to work and work right. So that's where we're at. We're limited. It's okay. I'm comfortable with that, and so are you guys. All right, so we're going to do general meter movement now. We're down on the 1x scale. So 25-ish peak watts is all we're going to put into this for the drive, the same that we were seeing before. Okay, now we're going to go up to 2x, or turn the amp on. Nailing it in the corner. Now remember, we were getting over here about 180 watts and we ended up on 14 volts. So now we're going to go down to 5x. So full deflection over here is 500 watts. About 300 watts roughly. Here's our spectrum analyzer. Stupid clean. And our input tune. Just looking out for the finals in your radio, Charlie. Sorry. Nice solid 290, 300 watt little 2-pill. Maco M75 or 70 or whatever this is. Nope, 75F. All right, buddy. I'm going to throw this in with Gerald's amp, and you can go pick it up from him. On that note, I'm out of here. I got other things I got to go work on today. Gentlemen, my name is BBI. Without a shadow of a doubt, I am the biggest mud duck in Idaho, and over here I'm 2-pill killing it today. So we'll see what more I can cook up. Actually, I think that this will be the end of my cataloged videos. I'm actually at this current point that you guys are getting to watch this, I'm off working on SBs. So what I mean with cataloged videos is I bank these. I'll do probably 10 little 2-pills and I bank them, and I just let out one video at a time per day for you guys to watch. Meanwhile, I'm off doing other stuff. So I'm pretty sure the next thing you see coming from me is going to be an SB220 video. On that note, I'll see you guys. I appreciate everybody's support and their patience on waiting on me to get stuff done. I'll see you. I'm over here putting the screws back in this thing, and I forgot one little important factoid. Man, let's go back in here and look at this real fast. So the screws that hold the transistors down, I don't know if you guys noticed, it was everything I had to get them suckers to come undone. These little flat blade Bill Turd technology kind of screws, Yeah, we don't use those anymore. This is almost 2020. Flat blade screws are, yeah, I'm not going to make any stupid racial slurs or slangs, but there's smarter, better technology out there. I'm just going to say that. So I went ahead and I put updated modern Phillips screws in the holes so we can get a little bit more gription on the Phillip head in the future. But I was seriously thinking I was going to strip the top of that flat blade off. But as you can clearly see, Phillips. Another little upgrade we threw in there for you, brother. All right, I got to go.